hello there. Well then, so far, E3 has been quite a good E3, may I add. But, there are some very bad things about it. And some very good things about it. Let's start off with the good. Ubisoft's conference. They had some pretty cool stuff there. Ubisoft had Just Dance 4, couldn't give a fuck about. Far Cry 3, looked interesting, although the guy who was playing it sucked ass at playing it. They had Rayman Legends, which looks really good. I'm excited about that. I friggin' love Rayman. They had a new Splinter Cell game, and I love the Tom Clancy games, so looks promising. They had some information on Assassin's Creed 3, which I love the Assassin's Creed series. And 3 looks really interesting. I like how it takes place in the American Revolution, which is probably the first game to ever do that. Actually, as a matter of fact, for years I've been thinking, what if somebody were to make a first-person shooter that took place in the American Revolution? Yeah, it'd be kind of retarded, but still, what if somebody were to do that? Hell, I don't think anyone's even made a World War I shooter yet, as far as I know. Anyway, next they had Zombie U, which is some zombie killing game exclusive on the Wii U. They didn't say much about it, but meh, somewhat interesting. Apparently there's going to be a new Raving Rabbids. And last but not least, there's Watch Dogs, which Watch Dogs, it's interesting. Like, it looks really, really cool, and the story idea is really cool. And yes, the graphics are impressive, although what I've seen of it, like, you can go up to anyone and it'll tell you like information about them, like convicted felon, murderer, or housewife, or single mom or some shit, and you can pretty much fuck with everything because you have the power to do that. It looks interesting, to say the least. Whenever it comes out, I'll probably look into it some more because it looks really interesting. It's called Watch Dogs. So, yeah. Next was Sony's conference. Sony, their conference was like, first they had a new IP called, actually they had two new IPs. One was called Beyond Two Souls, which they haven't really explained any of the gameplay yet, but it's named by the guys who made Heavy Rain, and Heavy Rain was really good. And it looks interesting. Next is more information on PlayStation Battle Royale, which apparently they're also bringing to the Vita. Now, some people have been bitching about how it's kind of a Smash Brothers ripoff, but at the same time, I'm okay with it. Hell, if I can take Parappa the Rappa and beat the shit out of Kratos in a Smash Brothers game, that would be awesome. Either that or Sly Cooper versus Kratos, that would be fucking awesome. Anyway, next they had J.K. Rowling's Book of Shit! Woo! Woo! Yeah, that was a piece of shit. Anyway, after that, they brought up God of War Ascension, which looks good. It looks really good. I haven't been that much of a fan of the God of War series, but Ascension looks really good. And last but not least, Sony had The Last of Us, which is another new IP. Again, it looks interesting. Like, I kind of like the way it plays, like the way they showed it playing, and like the games that were shown this year, they're like new IPs and stuff. I don't really know that much about how they play, but at the least they interest me. And apparently, The Last of Us is being made by Naughty Dog, and Naughty Dog's made some good shit. So, yeah, that's a good sign. Anyway, last is Microsoft's conference. I was hoping they'd have a good one this year. I swear to God, I had fucking hope in these bastards. Good job, Microsoft. You have successfully had the worst E3 conference in history. Again. Yeah, last year was shit. This year was a shittier. Yeah, we got Halo 4. That was probably the only interesting thing they brought up the entire fucking time. I mean, yeah, they had Gears of War 3. That was somewhat interesting. I'm not that big of a fan of the series, but hey, Gears of War is a decent series, I'll give them that. But other than that, their entire conference was shit. Oh yeah, we have a new Forza game. Woo! Forza sucks. Anyway, that's all. That's really all the games they actually announced. The rest was, you can take your Windows tablet or your Windows 8 PC with Xbox Music with over 30,000 songs. 30 fucking million. I don't fucking know. Oh yeah, Halo 4. You can take your Windows tablet and you can fuck around with your armor and shit. Isn't this amazing? Woo! And also, oh my god, we have a web browser now. Even though the other ones have already had web browsers, we finally got one. Oh yeah, they have bland-ass, boring browsers. You know what we have? We have Internet Explorer on the Xbox. Good job, Microsoft. You just took the shittiest web browser that ever fucking existed and you put it on a console. Good job. Internet Explorer is probably the shittiest web browser I've ever fucking used. So, it's worse than the Wii's built-in web browser. And I've used that. Sadly. I will give them this. You can stream 1080p video from the internet, which the others can't do. I applaud you on that, and that alone. That's it, you little bastards. Anyway, guess what? Oh yeah, we're going to make it easier for you to watch sports on your TV. We're going to turn your TV into a smart TV. All added to your Xbox Live subscription fee, which is only going to get more expensive. Aren't you glad about that? So yeah, and then they brought in games like Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and a couple other games that were just other games, but they brought them in because they didn't have anything else to show. And they said, oh yeah, DLC, which DLC sucks nowadays anyway, but still, DLC first on our console by about 3 days. Aren't you all happy? I mean, fuck Microsoft. You're supposed to have games at E3. Okay, they said they had 3 new IPs that apparently are all going to be on the Xbox Live Arcade, which, if it's on the arcade, nobody gives a fuck if it's a new IP or not. And what they showed, they barely gave any information about, and they don't look promising at all, unlike Ubisoft and Sony's conference. Microsoft, you had the worst fucking E3 conference I've ever seen for the 2nd year in a row. It's even worse than last year, and I thought it couldn't get any worse last year. So, give yourself a round of applause, Microsoft. Oh well, at least Nintendo's conference is let's see, an hour and 12 minutes. Alrighty then. That's going to be interesting. Can't wait to see what the Wii U's got for us. Anyway, I'm going to make my response to that conference as soon as that's over. So, thank you all for watching. I'm a jackass.